Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give our honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, and peace and salutations unto the elect of the nation of Israel, starting up with the 144,000, which would be the ruling governing body in the kingdom of heaven. Right, which the 144,000 will consist of all men. You also have a lot of the elect here in America, which will be a lot of the 1/3, large multitude of believers, which will include men, women, and children that will be saved on the side. 2/3 of our people here in America will be destroyed. You also have the rebels that are scattered abroad in different countries that will be destroyed as well. Same thing with the elect that are scattered abroad that will be saved. Right? Of you Israelites, of who the world calls black, Hispanic, Native American, Puerto Rican, Dominican, Jamaican, Haitian, Guatemalans, Panamanians. Those are the Israelites. Always have been and always will be, contrary to what you've been told to believe or brought up to believe. I'm your brother Yeremi, coming back at y'all with another lesson from End Time Headlines. Or Salaki, not End Time Headlines. I'll do a lot of my lessons off End Time Headlines, so I just accidentally said that, but I'm doing a video from Willie D Live, and he's doing a video on this, which Willie D Live is a Jake, but I mean that's neither here nor there. But he's doing a video on this dude you see on the screen with a green shirt. His name is Slim Thug. It says he's a rapper. It says Slim Thug stirs controversy. He says a man with money will never be old and lonely. And I didn't watch this video, but he's probably saying that. Because, oh, you have money, so you have everything. That, you don't have everything if you have, riches. That's not the case. Money is defense, but that ain't everything. Right? You can die, you can be old and lonely, because the Lord can take it all from you. Right? The Lord can take it all from you, so that ain't even true. But that's how you know that money has gotten to that nigga's head to say some shit like that, I believe there's a scripture in Proverbs I could get. Let me see. Yep, so this is Proverbs 23 and verse, I'll get verse 5. It says, "Wilt thou set thine eyes upon that which is not? For riches certainly make themselves wings. They fly away as an eagle toward heaven." You see that? So riches don't last forever. Now, a man can be rich all his life, but, eventually they will diminish. Like, maybe, say, if you pass the riches down to your kids' or kids, eventually, maybe one of your kids down the line, they might still have the money. They might die of old age, or maybe somebody comes takes it from them. It don't last forever. It ain't gonna save you, right? There's a scripture that I want to get where it says, "Riches profit not in the day of wrath." Let me see if I can get that. Riches profit not. Let me see, because if you do, say if you get sick and you gotta pay a whole bunch of money. So you can get some type of rare disease and it can cost millions, and then all your money gone. So you can die old and lonely. Alright, when you old, the Lord can plague you. He ain't thinking about it deeply. That's, like I said, that's because he believes in money. Because he's living lavish right now. There's a scripture, I believe in Sirach, that tells you, like, when thou art in prosperity, thou forget affliction. Something like that. I believe it's in Sirach. Brothers probably know what I'm talking about. Let me get to the scripture. Profit not in the day of wrath. So this is Proverbs 11:4. It says, "Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death." You see that? So when it's your time to go, or it's your time to be judged, that's your time. The Lord can make you die lonely. He can make you die old as well. And like I said off the back, that's just not true, man. There's a lot of Edomites that are old and lonely. Like they had fun, and people be getting finessed by I'll say young women and stuff like that. A lot of people that's old and lonely, and they have money, or I'll say not old and lonely, but they have money. A lot of them they lonely and mentally, because you gotta think, right. If you've had money all your life, I'll say all your life, from maybe these Edomites, this is their world. Eventually you get to the point to where you've had everything you wanted. You have everything pretty much there is to do that you want to do. What else do you need? you know. And he ain't reached that point yet because he ain't been rich all his life. This man probably didn't get rich till I don't know how old he is, but I know he didn't grow up with money. I just know he's a rapper and he didn't grow up with money. You know. I didn't heard a few songs by him just growing up or something. I didn't listen to him, and then I just remember hearing some songs, but I couldn't even tell you a song honestly. I just know I knew who he was, a rapper, and I know he didn't grow up with no money. Most Jakes that rap, they do a rap because they was trying to get money. They was trying to get out of the hood. They was trying to get rich. So they didn't grow up with money, but that ain't true. you know. You can definitely die old and lonely. Your woman could leave you. Still, the women ain't gonna stay just because you got money. For the most part, they probably would, but that ain't gonna always be the case, right? I'm thinking of what's that world football player? Tom Brady. People know who that man is. That man's wife still, I think she cheated on him, if I'm not mistaken, and he's a multi-millionaire. So that is not true. He don't know what world we live in. He's not spiritual at all. Right? If he feared Yahweh Shemar Shah, he wouldn't say nothing like that. He said something off a few months ago. I forgot what it was, but it was something else off. I think he said something about we gotta forget slavery, we gotta forget about the past, what Esau did to us and all that. And I think that's what he said recently, like a month or two ago. And I meant to do a video on it, but I don't think I got around to it. But this Jake, he's a definition of a lost Jake. He don't know what's going on, and he believes in this current world, and he believes that this is all that there is. He's a 2/3. Let's just call it what it is. He's not a party elect. He believes that this is all that there ever will be. Right? He don't believe he's gonna get spiritual powers. He don't believe there's gonna be no Messiah that's gonna save us. And he can say he's a Christian and all that, but you don't believe that. Speaking like that. You should know that the Lord can take that away from you and you can still be in that situation. The Lord can humble you, man. Greatly. Right? But let me try to get the scripture in Sirach real quick. The one I was talking about earlier when it says something about without our affliction, don't forget his prosperity. But and it's vice versa. It's the other way around. When you prospering, when you doing good, you ain't thinking about that affliction. That's why he's saying some shit like that. He ain't thinking about the negatives. Like he's puffed up, right? But the Lord's gonna bring that down. He gonna bring that pride down from this man. I'll get Sirach 10 and I'll read it since I brought up pride. Verse 18. It says, pride was not made for man, nor furious anger for them that are born of women. Right. Who are you? To get prideful. Right? To get angry, at certain things. The Lord is the one who has the ability and who has the capability to do all that. Right? Let me see. I can read this as well. Verse 21. It says, no, not verse 21, Salaki. Verse 22, it says, whether he be rich, noble, or poor, their glory is the fear of the Lord. You see that? That does not matter, man. Riches do not matter, man. People in this world, they think the more you have, I'll say a lot of Christians here in America, a lot of people over here in America think that way. They think that the Lord's favoring you, or they think that the Lord's dealing with you, or you chosen because you have, more than the next man, or more than the next family, or more than the next person. That doesn't mean that. The Lord does things for different reasons. right? If the Lord, I was trying to say this at camp, but if the Lord gives you everything you want every time, He don't love you because, you know, as a man, if you get everything you want as soon as you get it, you ain't gonna be focused on Him like that. You know, especially I'm talking about the Israelite man. You know, most of us ain't gonna be focused on how about Shema Shah like that. You gonna be focused on them things and doing that, right? That's why the Lord, and it's true, He don't give us everything we want. You know, He don't do that. You know, He knows our limits. You know, so it's not a good thing that you have everything because you're gonna be talking like that. You know, you're gonna be talking prideful, talking about some you can never die old and lonely. So there was never one rich man that ever was old and was lonely. That ain't the case. That's what I brought up. That's why I brought up. What if you get sick or something, right? You know, terminally ill. You know, you can't get it up no more. You know, I ain't trying to get too rated R, but you can't do that when a woman shit gonna be around you. You know, she gonna start taking your money. You know, stealing it or whatever. If she ain't already doing it before that, that's gonna happen. You know, let me see. Let me see. In the day of adversity. Let me see. I know there's a scripture that says it. Prosperity. Yep. That's the exact one I want to get. So this is Sirach 11 and verse 25. I'm gonna get verse 24. It says, "Again, say not I have enough and possess many things, and what evil shall I have hereafter?" You see that? That's what he said. Ain't nothing gonna happen to me. I ain't gonna die old, lonely. That can't happen to me. That's impossible. I'm rich, right? Verse 25, it says, "In the day of prosperity, there is a forgetfulness of affliction." Right? He think that since he up now, as Jake said, he's up. I'm up, man. You know, I'm on top. You know, he don't think that the Lord can put him back in that state. You ain't, man, this ain't your world. You still in the curses. And in the day of affliction, there is no remembrance of prosperity. You see that? You know, it's verse 26. It says, "For there is an easy thing unto the Lord in the day of death to reward a man according to his ways." So, you know. And, Slim Thugger, whatever your name is, dude, you know, you could definitely, go out old lonely because if you get, like I said, if you get sick or something, or say if you don't get sick, say if you get robbed or something, right? You bleeding out, right? Or maybe you, say if you, I don't know, you take a vacation somewhere and something happens, like a so-called natural disaster, the Lord brings a big plague, and then you get stuck on that island, but you there for months, and then you end up being there, you know, in the room. You can't, you know, it's you there that long to where you can't eat no their food running out. You lonely. How are you not lonely? And you old. You know, he ain't old, this dude in particular, but you know he older than me. But you'll die lonely. So you know, if he was spiritual, he wouldn't have said that. You know, so the Lord can definitely take everything away from you. You know. But you know, I just want to do a quick response video. I just seen this, and I might have to do another response to the other thing that he said about forgetting everything that Esau did. This nigga's a dumbass Negro. You know, so you know, I'm gonna close out. You know, I hope this video is edifying to the elect. I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, by Shem Yahushai, by Shem Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Till next time, I want to say, Wad, Ababa, Shalom.